Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Happy New Year to you, and I hope all of you had a beautiful holiday season. All right, Taurus, so from Alice, you pulled Such a Curious Dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home, and then from Whispers of Healing, you pulled Intention. Now, when you look at Such a Curious Dream, I think for a lot of you, you've been in this place of like being on cloud nine about a situation, about a person, but you're coming back down to reality here. But when we're talking about setting stronger intentions, I think that the intention is to go back to this place where things feel this way. So sometimes it can show that we've been in like fantasy land about something and now we have to get back to work. Maybe something wasn't as great as it first felt, because you're talking about coming out of an extraordinary experience and then coming back down to reality, right? But intention, what do you intend to do with this? Even when the daydream kind of like wears off, if this is something that you still want to have in your life, I think that intention is saying that you need to set stronger intentions and be a little bit more clear on what you want to have happen with this person, this situation, right? I don't really see this one as such a bad thing. All right, Taurus. Here's your overall. The Ace of Cups. Oh boy. I wonder why that one was showing up. Okay. So the Ace of Cups being the overall. A new opportunity here to have emotional fulfillment, new love, a new spiritual connection, all of those beautiful things with the Ace of Cups, right? Your cup runneth over. Beautiful. It's very rare that I get to see this one as the overall. I think last week Scorpio got it and I was shocked of all the signs to get it. But for you, this I think is perfect. Absolute happiness, right? Or at least the start of that. Now, in the past, and even better, now I don't think because this is the past feeling here that you're going to be disappointed with a new opportunity. I think that this is something that is better for you. It's almost like this is being handed to you because what you had before wasn't exactly right. So the Five of Cups as the past can show that you've been disappointed, you've been let down. There may be some depression or some emotional pain. But I worry about it a little bit because you're still kind of pulling on it as far as moving forward here. And what I would say is, don't let emotions like that stop you from experiencing something better or something that is more worthy of you. Oh, Taurus, what's happening? In the present, the Page of Cups. Now, because we're looking at the Five of Cups, yeah, we could be talking about somebody who is maybe a little bit emotionally immature. But I like to look at the Page of Cups as, first of all, communication of emotions, giving and receiving here of this Ace of Cups. But we're also talking about new feelings that are being brought back up. So this could be about a situation where you've been hurt before. This could have to do with all the cups showing up. Yeah, I think that for a lot of you, it's going to have to do with emotional fulfillment and love. Now, it could be about love for something that you do in terms of work, but I don't know. I think that for some of you, this could be about a situation where you were disappointed before. This may be coming up in a new way for you, and these emotions are starting to be stirred back up, right? But we'll see here with this Page of Cups. But communication of emotions, yes. Oh, oh yeah. Future conditions, the Seven of Cups. So clearly this is an option for you, but you may have other things that, you may need to consider. Unfortunately, sometimes with the Seven of Cups, we don't know what the best option is for us. Now, on the other hand, you could be looking at a situation with a person who may be wanting to have a new beginning with you, but maybe they aren't clear on what they want though either. And I go back to Such a Curious Dream and this cloud nine type of feeling. But where is the action? Where are things happening here? You know what I'm saying? And everything is emotional. Now, you could be dealing with emotional upheaval of another person, right? In the Page of Cups, we could be talking about a child. We could be talking about, like I said, somebody who is emotionally immature. But the Seven of Cups, to me, I think for you, you have to be, first of all, clear on what your intentions are and what intentions you're setting and what you are actually trying to work toward, especially with the Ace of Cups being the overall. But I also think that if someone else is not clear and it's about somebody that's offering this to you, I think that the best thing for you to do is to just kind of like wait and see, because the Seven of Cups can show, you can see how good things can be, but how do we get there? How do we get to those castles that we're building in the sky? But for some of you, like I said, it could just straight up be, I have other options available. Maybe this isn't exactly the one that I see myself taking. Okay, your best path to follow, the King of Pentacles. And I love that for Taurus in terms of success and financial gain and wealth, right? But Taurus being dependable, the King of Pentacles could be saying that we need to look at things realistically, and we're going to have to look at whether or not, someone else can be, depended on. Or is it going to be about you needing to be the dependable one, right? But I don't know. I look at that more so, especially in terms of you, whether you're male or female, as, first of all, wisdom, but being realistic and practical about what can actually be achieved. You don't want to settle for something that's not going to bring you absolute success, But we could also be looking at another person here and looking at whether or not, they have their own intentions set. But, I kind of look at that as you, because you're the one here that's being asked to be clear. In your environment, the Page of Pentacles. Wow. And again, right, like this could be a situation where we're starting over with someone. Maybe you need to be, more dependable for this person. I don't know why that's coming up, but I kind of feel like that, right? Because I don't think that whoever you're dealing with is, maybe, but I don't know that, emotionally they can be depended on. They may be a little bit flighty, if that makes sense. But the Page of Pentacles being in your environment, normally this would be looked at as one of those pages that are, like unusually dependable, right? They're hardworking. But this is about starting something here, starting to build something, using information and building something new, wanting to start over, getting something going, right? And again, communication. But I worry because of the Seven of Cups being future conditions. And not only that, but the fact that you may have tried this before, and then you have the Five of Cups kicking this off. But maybe not all was lost in this situation, right? I mean, it just depends. But I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that you may be dealing with somebody who's very flighty. And have they gained any kind of wisdom? Can they be depended on? Are they being practical? You clearly need to be when it comes to this, because maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe it's not something that you can fully see happening just yet. Wow, man. Your hopes and your fears, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so with that being there, I would say that the fear would be, if this is involving another person, that you're going to have to, keep your own independence, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, normally we look at that as somebody who is happy with everything that they have. They get to enjoy life. They worked hard for everything that they have. And clearly, if the King of Pentacles is describing you, and again, whether you're male or female, then yeah, it would make sense that you would be enjoying life. Now, the fear there would be the loss of that. But I also think that you don't want to have to be involved with somebody who is so heavily dependent on you. Now, on the other hand, you don't want to be in a situation, though, where, especially with the Ace of Cups being the overall, where somebody is not wanting to, give themselves fully to this new beginning, new opportunity. It's not the Hermit, but for me, it's kind of close, where it is going to be about, fearing that you're going to kind of be like on your own and figuring things out. And it may be a financial thing too, though. As far as if you're dealing with somebody here who isn't very realistic about things, Because you, again, are the one that's coming back down to reality here. But are you dealing with somebody that, again, like I said, is flighty? You know, and of course, you don't want to lose any kind of independence, though, either. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about the beginning of January, but everybody seems to be questioning how they're actually feeling. I don't think that you're second guessing it. But the Seven of Cups coming out, does this person know what they want? Do you know what you want? But it seems so big to me with that Ace of Cups being the overall. And then coming out the Ace of Wands, wow. And speaking of other options, right? And with the Seven of Cups being there, oh boy. Maybe it's not what it appeared to be. You know, and again, I go back to such a curious dream, but with the Ace of Wands, you're talking about, again, a new opportunity here. There's a lot of emotions surrounding this, but you're talking about passion. New creative ideas, absolutely that could be the case. I mean, all of these would be creative. You have the imagination, and then you have the kind of creativity that makes you want to get up and act. And then the Eight of Wands. Things like quickly shift from not being clear to setting, I think, an intention here to get something started, right? Because the passion kind of overrides this kind of like insecurity almost about whether or not that this is something that, you know, is realistic for you. So let's talk about this. First of all, the Lovers. Okay. Choices being made. And yeah, with all of the water that's going on here, and then these two aces, I would say that for a lot of you, this is going to have to do with a relationship, not just major life choices you're making. So in the past, you may have been very let down by the choice of another. But it looks like things are coming back around here. They may be wanting to rebuild things with you, them. There's definitely some kind of communication going on here with all these goddamn pages. The problem is, you know, and it makes sense to me with the Seven of Cups, right? Whether or not this is realistic with this person. With the Page of Swords, there may be, you know, some questions you still have in terms of why they made the decision that they did that causes kind of emotional letdown or pain. But with the Page of Swords, the thing is whatever information comes out of this page, you're never fully going to be satisfied with the answers. And that's the problem for me with the Page of Swords, right? And it's half-truths, you know? So you're not getting the full story here, but it could just be that you have a lot of questions for this person on why they may have been back and forth. Because I really do think that you're dealing with somebody who's very flighty, very flighty. And then you have the Eight of Wands. Speaking of flight, right? But with the Eight of Wands here, again, communication, it seems to be a really big thing. But, you know, like I always say, that's never face-to-face for me. So I have to wonder if this isn't about something that is at a distance from you, which can be the case for some of you, like the long-distance relationship, right? But being realistic and being practical about, you know, what is going on here, I think is going to be more important rather than getting caught up in, you know, the cloud nine type of feeling. But with the Eight of Wands, things could be changing quickly. You may be, you know, getting things going here, getting things on track. You know, besides having the back and forth communication. But, you know, we need to be realistic about what can actually happen here. You know, we can't stay wrapped up in the fantasy of what could be, you know. But wow, man, with the Ace of Wands, though, I would say that, yeah, you know, if the passion is built up enough, you may have some questions here. And I think that they may be trying to kind of communicate that to you, but you're never going to get the answers that are going to satisfy you enough. It's never fully going to clear things up. But I think that despite that, there's a major choice that's going to be made here to continue a relationship and try to see if you can get things, you know, going again in the right direction. So Earth is talking about needing to, you know, be more connected with nature. Like it literally says that you need to go out there and be out in the open, talking to the trees, right? But needing to get a little bit more grounded. And I find that to be meditative. Like there are times where I sit out on my porch and I just listen to the cardinals and I don't even notice like the passage of time. So being able to clear everything out in that way may help you understand what the purpose of all of this is. Now, in terms of what your purpose is, unfortunately, we have a tendency to look toward other people to answer that question for us. What is my purpose, right? But the thing is your purpose is what you say it is, right? So when people start asking me, well, I don't know what my purpose is, what should I be doing? If you enjoy sitting down, watching, a TV show, whatever, and eating a sandwich and drinking your favorite soda, then that is your purpose. Like, seriously, your purpose is to follow your bliss and what makes you happy. But with psychic knowing, that's saying that you will know what the purpose is for this and what your purpose is in this situation. Wow. Taurus, what the fuck is going on? But I think that Earth is saying that for you to tap into your psychic knowing and psychic awareness, you're going to have to spend some time outside and just let your mind go, right? I think people don't take meditation seriously enough. Don't fight the thoughts that you have, just let them come and then let them go. But the more that you focus in on just the sounds that are outside around you, I think that's going to help get you a little bit more grounded here and understanding what's going on and trusting yourself a little bit more in what you psychically know. Purification activates vibrant life forces. Wow. So for your year ahead, you need to look at not burning bridges, but making the effort to meet people halfway, doing what's necessary to heal situations, right? Connecting better with others. But you also need to clean yourself off of anything that you feel like is negative, right? Wow, this just got really deep. But I would say for a lot of you, you may be dealing with a person here who is very, very flighty. And maybe this is one of those situations that realistically is not going to be anything more than just like a quick burst of passion. But that really depends. That really depends on the communication, the choices that you're making here in terms of a relationship with the lovers and whether or not you really see this getting back on track. But either way, I think that you need to spend some time with yourself and understand, really what is going to bring you happiness. What is your bliss? So that you can understand what your purpose is, right? But wow, yeah, this just got really deep, Taurus. Come out of the fog, set better intentions, and make sure that you make the connections that you need to.